Okay, welcome. This is Wade's Piano Center. I'm Damon Wade. The stuff I was just opening up with were some triads, but they were inversions of major triads. So someone asked about a little bit about triads and inversions. I think an easy way to understand the concept is to take a chord and then invert the chord. So today we're going to use the E and A chord. So an E major chord and an A major chord. You could also think of it as an E major triad and an A major triad. Well, the E major chord or triad is spelled E, G sharp, B, and the A is A, C sharp, E. I think the easiest way to look at that is take this form of like an F chord with the triad, the three notes, go down a half step. Now you have an E major chord or an E triad. You have your G sharp, your B, and your E. Now you could also think of it as E, G sharp, and B. Well, when you take that, the way to invert or do an inversion of a chord is just to change the letters or invert the letters of the chord. The way I like to do it is you take each note of each string and you go up to the next note in the chord. So here's our G sharp. The next note in the chord, E, G sharp, B. So we're on the third. We're going to go up to the fifth. We're going to go to a B now. Well, let's find a B. G sharp, right? G sharp, A. There's our B. All right, well, good. Next is the B. B goes up to what? E, G sharp, B. Well, it goes back to the E. Well, here's our E. Here's the E here. The E is going to go up to the third, which is G sharp. Let's find a G sharp. E, F, G, G sharp. Well, let's take those three now and play them together. There's our inverted chord, or our inversion to this original chord. So we have, you can call this first inversion. You can call this one second inversion. Let's figure out the third inversion. Well, here's our B, E, G sharp, B. It's going to go back to an E note, which is here. Here is our E, which is going to go to a what? G sharp. Where's our G sharp? It takes a little time, just figure it out. E, F sharp, here's our G sharp. And the G sharp is now going to go to E, G sharp, B, to a B. And now you got to remember those. So here's the first, second, and third inversion. We have our first inversion, our second inversion that we figured out, and our third inversion. After the third inversion, each of these notes actually go back to the first inversion again. So you're back to where you started, just an octave higher. So I know this is really quick and I'm running through it quickly, but that's one way of figuring out inversions. First inversion, second inversion, third inversion, back to first inversion. If you can go higher, you can get the second inversion. You can get higher if you got the cutaway on your guitar, great. So I like to just take those three, maybe take another chord like an A chord. The E and A work really well together, and do the same thing with an A. So here's one inversion of A, here's another inversion, here's another inversion, and you can go backwards to the third inversion. Oh, down here, sorry. So I would kind of like take here's my one little idea, E to A. Figure it out right there, or play it and strum it to A, and go to the second inversion, or E to A. Third inversion, E to A, maybe this E to this A, and just do like a measure of each. So just get used to that. First, sorry, you can hear that. E, A, E, A. E, A, E, A. And you play some stuff, you know, you can do like descending idea. Where are we here? E, A, maybe repeat it. A, E. So that's just one quick way of going through some inversions and learning learning them. You're going to have to go through and spell it out, maybe write it out in a notebook. You can actually do that with an entire E major chord of every string of the guitar. So you take each string and you go up to the next one. It's a little bit more of a study, but it's a great way to figure out some inversions. I like starting with the triads because they're a little easier to start with. If you're not good at E and A, maybe start with a C, C, E, and G, and an F, F, A, and C. But yeah, I mean, great way to learn some songs or learn some new ideas on the guitar that you've never played before. And they're a lot of fun. So if you want to learn some more, give me a holler here at Wade's Piano Studio and call me for some lessons. Over and out. Thank you.